Hello again, and welcome back to Things They Forgot to Teach You in Business School. Thank you very much for joining in. I'm your host, Scott Rosen, Advisory Board Member and Managing Director for SICC Impera GmbH. And to start off this week, our first video addresses a question we received from several of our full-time MBA students at the Frankfurt School of Finance and Management, right here in Frankfurt on Main. And that is, how do I best design my deck so that it appeals to most audiences? Now, this is a very good question, and there are many possible answers, which means your ideas may differ a little bit from our own. And while there's plenty we can contribute to this subject, let me just save you some time right here. These are our ideas on what you can do when you are unable to effectively research your audience before you get in there. From our own experience, most execs and decision makers who sit in the C-suite on down want a satisfying balance of pictures and text. Our rule of thumb has always been 70-30. 70% images to about 30% written word. Now, this can vary from audience to audience, but a safe play for any presenter is to run their presentation with an intelligent choice of pictures and diagrams that can easily illustrate their points. Now, this means that you have to choose one or two images per slide, which stand the best chance of reaching into the audience and having them understand everything. The right images can have a profound impact on your outcome and allow you to win the day. Now, if you've ever heard the phrase, "a picture is worth 1,000 words," then you know what we mean. In general, people in your audience would rather hear from you than read the text themselves, which makes you, in effect, a storyteller. Now, by choosing the right images, you can spin your tale and get the facts across so that your message is broadly conveyed without boring the audience. Again, a lot we can say here. To sum it up, curvy or fancy fonts can be difficult to read when they're presented to the audience. This is especially true for those who wear glasses or have astigmatism like myself. It can really hurt their eyes. That means that you have to stay away from fonts like Colibri and Century and turn more towards the Times New Roman and Palantino fonts. Something with an edge or, a little bit more square. Also, unless you're doing a presentation on Downtown Abbey or some such, please refrain from using the journal fonts. Now, we've seen a rise in these as of late, and it really hurts our eyes, so we'd like to spread this as a public service announcement. These are incredibly difficult to read, and they take a whole lot of time to do so. So please, if you're thinking about using one of these fonts, find another option. Following up on font use, please keep your font size in mind as well. Minimum 18 point unless you're citing something in the footer, in which case you can shrink it down to about 8 or 10 points depending on the size of your screen. Maximum of 50 points though, please, because you can quickly overwhelm your audience. An easy tip to remember is smaller fonts for smaller rooms, bigger fonts for bigger rooms. The last thing you want is having your audience feel like they're sitting in the front of the movie theater reading the Star Wars credits as they fly by. It's incredibly intimidating and can quickly erase your credibility as a good presenter. Most everyone likes looking at rainbows. They're one of Mother Nature's finest works. The one exception, however, is when too many colors are used in your text throughout your presentation. It makes it very difficult for your audience to concentrate and can seriously strain their eyes. Think about it. How do you feel when someone uses those bright yellows or oranges in their PowerPoints? Again, this leads to a lack of professionalism and can make you lose your audience very quickly. Instead, pick a handful of neutral colors. We recommend a maximum of 4 to use as a base palette for your deck. Greens, blues, and browns are a great choice because the human eye can pick them up quite easily. They're easy to gaze upon, and you won't risk burning the retinas of your audience out. So, what did you think? Pretty good advice on how to improve your presentation in just 5 minutes, right? Now, there are many tips on how to use these, so if you have your own, please let us know in the comments below. We'd really like to learn how you handle these too, and we're always looking to learn. That's pretty much it for today. Thanks again for tuning in. We are always excited to hear from you no matter what level of experience you're at. So if you're just out of your business school or you're at the C-suite, we're always happy to heed some new advice. Help us out by giving us a like if you found the tips useful, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos on how to make a better presentation. Things are going pretty well, and we're actually trending on LinkedIn, so thank you so much for your support. We are exceedingly grateful. If you have specific questions or ideas, feel free to let us know by email, and as always, Best of luck with your next project. We'll see you next time.